Hello everyone. So today we're going to be talking about printing your book. As a writer, I feel like few experiences probably rival being able to see that which you spent so much time on and poured so much of yourself into just assume a physical form. It's incredible. I think maybe the only thing that can compete with that experience is having a reader tell you that they enjoyed your book, because that's awesome, or actually seeing your book in a bookstore. I would imagine that's pretty great too. But yeah, like I was saying, it's great being able to see your book take on a physical form. So there are many different types of printing. Two of them are short run printing and print on demand. The main difference, or what differentiates the two, is really just quantity. When you go to order like a short run printing of your book, you usually have to order at least 50 copies of your book. With print on demand though, you can usually order as few as just one copy. So if you're an indie author, it's definitely something you want to look into, because again, you can order just one copy or as many as you want, and you don't have to worry about getting stuck with a bunch of books that you might not be able to sell. You don't have to worry about keeping an inventory. So there are definitely many benefits that come with printing on demand. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the 3 companies that I've worked with. I worked with The Book Patch, bookprintondemand.com, and CreateSpace. So I'll tell you a little bit about my experience with each one. I'll explain what I liked, what I didn't like, so that way you have a better idea of what to expect moving forward, and it'll also help you decide if you want to work with these companies, because there are many companies out there. It's not like these 3 are the only ones. There are tons of companies out there. I actually have a list. It's a rather long one, and I'll just go ahead and leave it in the description, so whoever wants to check it out, go ahead and do so. When I started thinking about printing my book, I did a lot of research online, and I realized that one of the first decisions I was going to have to make concerned trim size. That is, what size I wanted my book to be. And at the time, I knew relatively little about trim sizes. It's not like I could look at a book and be like, well, yes, that there is a 5x8, or that one is a 6x9. No, and to be honest, I still can't. So what I ended up doing was going into my bookshelf, pulling a bunch of books, and then just getting my ruler and measuring the actual trim of these books. And that gave me a much better idea of what it was that I wanted, how I wanted my book to look, and also just what to expect, so that I knew what to expect when I placed my order. I ended up settling on a trim of 5.06 by 7.21, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like in just a few moments. So yes, once you decide on your trim size, the next step basically requires you to adjust the text file of your book accordingly. Once you have your trim size, you'll be able to adjust the margins of your book. So you'll know exactly, for instance, where the footer or the page number should go, where the header should go, where the text should start on the page, where it should stop on the page. You'll know all of this once you decide on a trim size. Most of the book printing companies, or at least the ones that I've mentioned, offer templates. So once you decide on a trim size, you basically download this template, and it helps you so you're able to, again, adjust the margins accordingly and make sure that you're keeping your text where it should go. I did not know that book print companies, book print on demand companies, offer this service, and so when I went to prepare my files, I basically just ended up getting a ruler, like I mentioned, and then measuring the margins of books that I had, and then just going into Microsoft Word and using the ruler there in the actual, in Word, to adjust my margins. That option works too, if you guys are interested in doing that. I mean, Maybe using a template is easier. I don't know, I didn't do it that way. Like I said, I just got the ruler and worked that way. So once you've adjusted your margins and made sure that your file, your text file is properly formatted, the next step is basically to turn that document into a PDF, because most of these book printing companies require that you upload a PDF file of your book to their site. That's how they work. They work with PDFs. You're gonna have to do the same thing for your book cover. Again, this is relatively simple. Honestly, the most difficult part is just making sure that all the margins are as they should be, saving your document as a PDF file. Yeah, that should take you just seconds. So it's nothing to stress over. Okay, so let's get into my experience with the print companies that I mentioned earlier in this video. So the first company that I worked with was the Book Patch, and this is actually a book that I ordered from the Book Patch. I was happy with it when I got it. I thought it looked great. This is the front of the book. Here's the back of the book. And here's the spine. Yeah, I was happy with it. I thought it looked really, really nice. I printed it on white paper and I got a glossy finish. Again, very happy with it. They packaged their products really well. When my book got here, as you can see, none of the edges were bent or anything like that, which I was thrilled about, because it's really disheartening when you order a book and it gets here and it looks like it's been through war. Like, no one likes that. So yes, they package their products really well. Honestly, the only reason I don't still work with the Book Patch is because of their prices. For instance, to print this one book, it costs about almost $9. It costs almost $9, and then once you add the shipping and handling, I'm paying $14 more or less to get this one book sent to me, which is a problem, because let's say I were to want to sell this book, I'd have to be selling it for at least $15 in order to turn a profit. And in my opinion, that's just way too much money. I feel like, especially as an indie author, I want to have competitive prices to sort of, I guess, encourage people to take a risk on me, you know, since they don't know me. When they order a book, they kind of are taking a risk. What if they don't like my writing, you know? And so, yeah, when you have low prices, I feel like it sort of minimizes the risk that they're taking, and it may sort of persuade them to, you know, give you a shot. So yeah, that's why the Book Patch was a no for me moving forward. But again, as far as the product itself is concerned, I was very, very pleased. So after working with the Book Patch, I came across another site, Book Print on Demand. Their website is bookprintondemand.com, and I was initially drawn to them because they seem to have pretty good reviews and they offered really good pricing. To print a book with them, it was going to cost me about $4. It was going to be under $5. It was $4 something. And so this is the one that I ordered from Book Print on Demand. Again, glossy finish, white pages, basically an exact replica of the other one, at least on the outside. I was overall not very happy with Book Print on Demand just because they messed up the page alignment. So on certain pages, the text would start higher up in the page than on other pages, and it just gave the book a very unprofessional look. Let me show you. You see that? Maybe kind of difficult. Okay, you can definitely see it there. See? That page, the page on the right, starts way higher up on the page than does the one on the left. See? And so then obviously the page numbers, one ends higher up on the page than does the other one. This no good. No. And so yeah, I was unhappy, and so I contacted Book Print on Demand and I let them know. I sent them photos of the book, and another thing I didn't like about them, their customer service, really, it sucks. They took 10 days just to answer me, and when they did answer me, they requested that I resend the photos. Maybe they couldn't open them, I don't know, whatever. I resent the photos. Another 2 weeks went by before I heard anything from them. at which point they notified me that they would be issuing me a refund. But still, my point is, it literally took 24 days for a simple issue such as issuing me a refund to be resolved. Yeah, not happy. I would not work with them again in the future, but that's just me. After working with the book patch and after working with bookprintondemand.com, I decided to give CreateSpace a chance, and honestly, I hadn't tried CreateSpace earlier because I heard relatively negative things about CreateSpace. I'd been told that they were really inconsistent with their trim sizes, like certain books were bigger than others. So for instance, if I were to order a batch of books right now, some books in that batch would be bigger than others. The colors on the cover were off, the binding was bad, there was glue sticking out, and there were just so many negative things that I heard about them that I was just like, okay, I guess I'll try them last. And I ordered from CreateSpace not that long ago, and this is what it looks like. This is the book, and as you can see, by the time I ordered with CreateSpace, I had finally gotten my ISBN, and so here it is, and here's the barcode. I think it makes it look even cooler. It looks so professional. I'll make a video in the future about ISBNs, and I'll talk about them a bit. But for now, yeah, let's keep talking about the actual book. Again, glossy cover and a white interior. I was so happy with my book from CreateSpace. It's literally my favorite one that I've ordered. Just excellent. I didn't encounter any of the problems that I'd heard about. Oh, also, one of the reasons that I decided to give CreateSpace a chance was because I reached out to fellow writers and I asked them about their experience with CreateSpace, and for the most part they were all reporting positive experiences. And so I was just like, okay, maybe it's just, you know, on the internet it's a lot easier to find complaints than it is to find glowing reviews. Maybe that's why it feels like everyone's complaining about CreateSpace. And so yeah, I decided to give them a chance, and I'm very glad I did. Working with CreateSpace also enables you to make your book available for purchase on Amazon, which is terrific. I was very excited about that. That's something that I had wanted to do, and I was having a rather difficult time doing that when I was working with the book patch and for the brief period during which I worked with bookprintondemand.com. I was looking into trying to get physical copies of my book onto Amazon, and it looked like it was gonna be a rather complicated process. And so what I love about CreateSpace is that it's a very uncomplicated process. It's very simple to get your physical book onto Amazon, and so yes, very, very, very happy with CreateSpace. Cost-wise, it came out to about $4 something also per copy, so under $5. Awesome. And just to give you an idea, let me see, I believe that each copy contains 278 pages. So for a 5.06 by 7.21 sized book with 278 pages, I'm paying under $5. I think that's very good. Very good price. Alright, I think that wraps things up for this video. Again, I just wanted to talk about my experience with the companies I've worked with, and in future videos we'll talk more about actually getting your book ready, you know, to be printed. So we'll talk about, for instance, creating a book cover and a book jacket, and we'll also talk about, as I mentioned earlier, we'll talk about ISBNs. But I believe that's it for this video. If you guys found this helpful, if you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. I invite you guys to subscribe. Yep, that's about it. If you guys have any requests, if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see me cover in future videos, please do not hesitate to comment down below. That's all for now, so bye!